And Dedomena is an AI company from beautiful Spain offering leading anonymization, synthetic data, data enrichment, and monetization solutions. So a lot of great stuff is about to join us on the stage here. We are delighted to welcome the CTO of the company, and I would like you to give them a very, very warm welcome for their 3 minutes of fame. My dear friends, please welcome to the stage, Germán Lajera. Thank you.
Hello, good morning and welcome everyone. My name is Germán Lajera. I'm CTO and co-founder of Dedomena AI, a leading provider of artificial intelligence-based technology to solve three major data problems: secure data access, data value extraction, and data monetization. And hence the name Dedomena, which means data in Greek. In the digital age, every day, customers feed databases with billions and billions of banking transactions, health records, or navigation data. Then there are more than 3 million professionals working to extract value, to analyze, process, model, and trying to get the most out of this data. But this data is sensitive and raises a lot of risks for companies, from millionaire data breaches to privacy violations to compliance with the data regulations. Or just they are struggling to extract value and monetize this data. What if all of these problems could be solved using artificial intelligence and machine learning? The Dedomena AI is an AI platform that delivers three connected solutions. The first is Nucleus. We generate any amount of high-quality synthetic data to develop AI products and data products while ensuring 100% privacy and data protection. We deliver 100% anonymous and truly secure data. The second is the AI applets. These are pre-built artificial intelligence models that are ready to use to enrich your data in real time. We deliver actionable insights and analysis from plug-and-play AI in seconds. The third, the Dataverse, is a marketplace of anonymous and synthetic data sets enriched with our with our AI applets, where any data provider can sell their data and models, while companies can buy them to boost their current businesses or enable new revenue streams. Just access to hundreds of high-quality data sets in seconds. We combine three lines of connected products, focusing on the financial and the healthcare industries, solving the three problems I mentioned at the beginning in a single platform. Our business model is a B2B SaaS, where we have a subscription-based prices or a transaction fee, depending on the solution, with an annual recurring revenue of 200K, with 400K more in the pipeline. We are in front of an 800 million market that is growing at a 40% every year. From there, we plan to reach at least a 5% share by 2028, around 40 million. And in these 2 years, Dedomena has moved from an MVP to a robust platform. We have signed top-level clients like BCP or BBVA. We have raised €500,000 in funding and obtained several recognitions, positioning itself at the top 10 most promising startups in Spain, according to the El Referente, and the 50 in the world. Please, welcome to the next data revolution. Please feel free to reach me out to exchange more about Dedomena and our solutions. Thank you very much.
Well, Germán, absolutely smooth presentation, a lot of great information in there, good visualization, but what did our jury think? Do we have any questions? Yes, indeed, straight away. Thank you so much. We have one of our trained Mike Olympic athletes giving you the microphone there. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Germán. I noticed here that your markets include Spain, UK, Mexico, and US. Can you tell us about your paying customers and how they're distributed in those countries? Specifically for Mexico, I'd be interested to know what challenges you've encountered in terms of your sales cycle.
Yes, well, we provide a B2B SaaS. It's a cloud solution, but we have like an on-premise part of the company for the solution. We are focusing at the moment in the enterprise and the scale-ups, and the timings for the funnel goes from 3 months to 1 year and a half, depending on the problem they have. And the use case goes from anonymization to share data internally or externally, to give more data to their teams, data, IT, QA. I don't know if that answered the question. Or...
do you already have clients in Mexico?
Yes. Yeah, we are still in, let's say, pre-revenue. We are burning more than we have as income, but yes, we have several customers. Mainly 80-90% in the banking and fintech industry.
Thank you.
All right, fantastic. And that was the two questions. My dear friends, give it up for Herman and Dedemona. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. And you can perhaps detect there that, our front row are very esteemed experts in the field. They also have an eye out for, partnerships, business development. So some of the questions will kind of reveal potential that they can see in the startups, and it's always very exciting to see. And sometimes in the answers that our startups give, they're kind of expanding on the story of their business and tailoring it right to that judge. So absolutely brilliant stuff. Our judges are putting their marks into those magical South Summit tablets on their tables, and the marks are going to be uploaded to the mothership for use later. We are going to move immediately on with our next startup there, joining us from beautiful Italia. The company is called Mindcrime, and they collect, make available, and analyze data on crime and urban decay for you 24/7. I'm delighted to welcome to the stage the CEO of Mindcrime. Please give it up for Giacomo Salvanelli. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Giacomo Salvanelli. As you can see, I'm the CEO of Mindcrime. And I don't know if you are familiar with the world of crime data, but internationally, there is not an accessible, geocoded, and unified database on crime and urban decay. And that means, as a logical consequence, that nobody, you, me, corporates, local governments can actually exploit this data for any type of risk analysis. Within this specific domain, this lack of data, usable data, can affect the perceptions of security that we have in our cities, but also the capacity of the corporates to deal with security measures. This is an example of Ofo that was obliged to shut down the vast majority of its operations because they were encountering too many problems in terms of security. That's the reason why we created Mindcrime in 2022, and it's a software company, it's a SaaS company, and this software actually is connected with more than 17 databases, local databases across the vast majority of the countries of Europe and overseas, automatically collects, cleans, and geocodes data on crime and urban decay phenomena, and makes it available in a platform that normally is used by corporates and sometimes even by local governments as a B2B model to support their risk analysis and their security management procedures. In terms of market, our market, which is the risk assessment tools market, a specific industry, is worth, according to Market to Market, by the end of 2027, $75 billion, which is a pretty big market that is not even fully backed in terms of competitors. These over here are the only 3 direct competitors that we have worldwide. And as you can see over there, they operate across United Kingdom and United States of America for just one reason. These 2 countries are the only countries that provide a full open access on crime. So their competitive advantage is not about the fact that they have the data, but it's on how they analyze that data. Internationally speaking, we have the biggest database on crime worldwide, more or less 75 million of geocoded events, and that makes us absolutely scalable, and that's our unique competitive advantage. And in terms of traction, we bootstrapped until now. We started halfway through the 2022, and we are growing year by year, and this year we're going to be ending up with 500,000 euros in revenues with a net profit of approximately 300,000 euros. These are some of the clients that we have in our portfolio. The vast majority of them are multinational corporates operating in the critical infrastructure industries. And these results, I really want to give credit to our narrow team that is pretty much growing this year. These are the 3 co-founders. Me, I've got a past in the data analysis world, and I keep working with Samuel and Luca, who are the CTO and the CPO, so computer scientists, constantly supported by our advisory board, made by 3 C-level that provides us a lot of support in terms of business strategy, marketing, and financial strategy. I close up with our motto. It's just 5 seconds. If Gotham is Batman, Metropolis is Superman, the real world has Mindcrime. Thank you very much.
Grazie mille, Giacomo. Bringing that in exactly on 3 minutes. But what did our judges think? Do we have any questions already? Such a big topic, and I did not. Yes, we have a question straight away. Thank you. My dear friend with the microphone. Wonderful. Thank you so much. We have a brilliant team of microphone athletes in the house.
So 2 things. One, how are you enriching the database over time? Because data here is key. And second one, how are you weighting new data against older data, because locations change in crime activity, etc. So that would be interesting to know.
So basically, our script basically mixes NLP functions and data mining, and we automatically collects every day the data that is provided across these databases, internationally speaking. So there's a daily collection of these data, and the data that we collect is constantly cleaned up by our script through 7 different levels of cleaning. So basically, the data that goes from the first level up to the 7th one is an almost 99.9% certified data, and is daily up to date with the changes in the environmental context. So everything is connected with the context that we work in.
Okay. Thank you.
What a great question. Do we have another one? Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, thank you so much.
Hi, thank you for the pitch. One question regarding the value of the data. Can you be a bit more specific about the use case that some of your corporate customers are doing with your data, just to understand the value?
Absolutely. I give you an example about the National Railway Company of Italy, Ferrovie dello Stato. Basically, imagine that you are a security manager and your CFO gives you 100 million euros in terms of investment that you have to make for security measures, installing the CCTVs or putting some armed guards in the train stations. But the real question is, imagine like a big station. You don't know which side is much more exposed to certain phenomena. So the way you're going to be invested that money might be not data-driven. You might be just closing your eyes and saying, OK, I'm going to be putting 2 cameras there, 2 cameras there, and 2 cameras there, but there's no data-driven evidence about the impact of that investment. Adversely, using geocoded data, you perfectly know where crime concentrates, distributes, and you can make much more informed investment, so you can increase the return on investments that you make. That's an example that goes well for all the companies that we work with.
Muy bien, muy bien. And that, I'm afraid, we do move quickly. That was the 2 questions. A big round of applause once again for Giacomo. Thank you.
Thanks.
Grazie mille. Thank you.
That's it.
All right. Our judges are sending their thoughts to the sky, and these will turn into the winner of this category a bit later on. That winner will go through to the grand finale. We're going to move swiftly on to our next hopeful. This company is called QCentroid, and they are from beautiful Spain, a country I am honored to call my home. Now, their tagline is bringing quantum technology to organizations and driving disruption for global sustainability. Sounds fascinating. We are about to find out what they are all about, and we are delighted to welcome the CEO and co-founder of QCentroid to the stage. Please give a warm welcome to Carlos Cuxcosi Jimenez. Thank you. Welcome, Carlos. Good to see you.
Hello, good morning all. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Carlos Cuxcosi, co-founder and CEO of QCentroid, and I'm here to share with you how we are making real our mission to provide the power of quantum computing to organizations in an affordable, easy, and trustworthy way. Meanwhile, we also follow our big mission, that is to use the quantum computing to solve one of the biggest challenges in humanity and in organizations. So let's start from the beginning. Why quantum computing? Quantum computing is important for all organizations. Quantum computing provides the power to solve problems faster, with more accuracy or larger energy consumption than classical computing methodology. In 4 main areas. One is cryptography. Second is machine learning, to making machine learning more efficient and more intelligent. Third, simulation for drug discovering or new batteries, and optimization process, like logistics, portfolio optimization for finance, and other use case. Why this is important? Because in optimization problems, where we have different options and a lot of solutions, quantum computing provides companies the trust that they are using the best solution for a complex problem. Let's put some order of magnitudes. Some complex problem that we want to solve in finance, logistics, or energy could spend from weeks to years in classical computing. Quantum computing can make this in minutes or seconds. So this is the big power of quantum computing. How is the market of quantum computing? Quantum computing is mainly invested by big governments. It's a race between China, US, Europe, and Canada, tier 1 organization, and also big tech companies, trying to capture the big value that is creating. Also, the potential to solve big challenges, problems in humanity, like decarbonization of industries, and also make green machine learning. That is one of the challenges that we have now in organization. So let's put what is the complexity of quantum computing for organization. Now there are more than 80 quantum hardware computers, so companies have the big main challenge, a decision problem. How to know that they are using the right quantum computer and right algorithm each time to solve their problem. So we create the platform to help companies to solve this big problem, how they have the trust that they are using the right solution for them. So it's our Quantum Ops and Quantum as a Service platform, providing them this combination. And we do not only make this, we make easy from product owners, problem owners, to researchers to collaborate between all the full cycle of data, from data science, data execution, with web app tool and also with API tool. We are making real this journey with our top team. We have more 20 years in experience between enterprise, quantum computing, and also following our main goals. That is, so interaction with big companies from the first month of operation, and also having big customer at Moody's that is allowing us to have enterprise ready globally. So thanks for your time. It's a pleasure to be here, and I really like to solve your questions.
Fantastic. Gracias, Carlos. And can I just say, bonus points for those slippers. I'm getting serious shoe envy right here. Those are magnificent. Okay, but what did our judges think? Shoes aside, yes questions straight away. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very interesting. Can you tell a bit about how you position yourself in different industries, being very agnostic versus being a bit more specific and first tackling a few industrial problems, because no problem can still be addressed by quantum computers. It's just not there yet. So what exactly are you trying to help companies with? Is it that, in theory, they could use a certain kind of quantum compute technology, or is it more specific on a use case?
Well, we are going for finance, energy transition, climate tech and logistics, and we allow companies at this moment to experiment faster. Meanwhile, they are being able to be integrated with quantum computing and start providing clear advantage.
Excellent question. I love it. Quantum's such an interesting area. Any more questions from our amazing panel of judges in the front row? They are thinking, they're digesting, and going 3, 2, 1. No more questions. My dear friends, give it up, please, for Carlos from Q Centroid. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you. I actually do a little bit of work for, in events for the ISACs, the Information Sharing and Advisory Councils, and these are groups of cybersecurity professionals. And oh my goodness, if you want some terrifying reading at night, check out Post-Quantum Cryptography. There's a lot of harvest now, decrypt later stuff happening in the sector. And yes, it's coming, but the good people are working on it right now. Okay, we're going to move on with our next brilliant startup. They are joining us from Germany. And newsflash, my dear friends, they have just raised a pre-seed round of 1.1 million. So congratulations to the team there. We're delighted to have the co-founder of business and operations join us from Scavenger AI. Scavenger AI allows decision makers to always make the best decision possible under any circumstances. It sounds like the kind of thing would be very useful implanted as a chip. But in the meantime, we're going to welcome Maximilian Hallenkamp to the stage. My dear friends, give it up to Max from Scavenger AI. Thank you.
So yeah, hello everyone, I'm Max. With me today is my co-founder Felix, and yeah, we're very happy to present Scavenger to you today. The problem is one that Felix and me, we both had in our own corporate experience. I'm sure most of you had it too. We now talk to more than 200 companies that all tell us they have tons of data, but they do lack the time and they do lack the resources to actually draw any insights out of it, which obviously is a huge problem if you want to take a decision inside your company. Which is why we founded Scavenger, that works as your company's own AI business consultant that actually does data analysis and answers to your business problems within seconds. The cool thing for the users is that all of this is super easy. You just go, or you either directly connect to databases, or you upload any kind of data you might have, which can be 27 Excels, 3 PDFs, a PowerPoint, whatsoever. And then you ask a question, here it's a bit small, but like with one of our pilot partners, that basically asks, my profit last month was worse, why? I always say that's when the magic happens. The tech team and Felix don't like to hear that, happily tells you afterward what really happens. But basically, we have developed 3 proprietary AI tools that are connected together in one workflow to solve the problem of the user. First, the data goes in, we clean it automatically. Next, based on the question the user asked, we run hundreds of algorithms to detect any relations and dependencies inside the data. And lastly, we take those mathematical results, enrich it with industry insights, and in seconds, convert it back into a dashboard that answers the question the user asked before. So if you remember before, the user asked, my profit last month was worse, why? And the AI tells you your profit was worse because of the freight rate, because of one truck, because of one driver. Additionally, we visualize you the main insights, and we give you full transparency into the whole statistics that we ran in the background. So far, as said before, we talked to more than 200 companies to validate the product, out of which more than 160 signed up for the waiting list for the launch of the product that's actually going to happen at the end of June, so quite soon. What did we did before? So we incorporated the company and launched our MVP at November last year, and immediately signed some development partnerships to test out the tool. Why did we do that? To be as close to our future customers as we can be to launch it back into the market at the end of June. And the cool thing is that while we're doing that, we already see that we're creating some great benefits for the customers that are trying it out with us at the moment. Yeah, the logos here are blurred, but if you paid a bit of attention before, I think it's not too hard to guess who we are talking about here. Everything I've said so far only contains our MVP. The vision we have for Scavenger is actually way bigger. And we say that the more analysis we run, and we already see that, what we can do with the data is build some sort of digital clones around that, with which companies can run scenario analysis, and then that gives decision makers a possibility with which they can take the best decision possible under any circumstances, which we think is really cool. And yeah, lastly, we have the team that's executing this vision at the moment. That's on the one hand Felix and me. Then we have Martin with us in the leadership team, who already had his first tech IPO in the 2000s. Luckily, returns to entrepreneurship world with us today. So yeah, thank you very much. We always say plenty of data, but no clue. Scavenger it.
Fantastic. Maximilian.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Using every last second. That's so impressive. I tell you, these presentations are well timed. Do we have any questions? Yes, indeed. Straight away. Thank you. We need one of our wonderful mic athletes. Thank you.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for the presentation. A quick question. What sort of data infrastructure do your clients need to have in order for your platform to be useful?
So basically, we can say that we work with any kind of data, which is also why we have the drag and drop system. So basically, you don't need really a data infrastructure. As long as you have too many files lying around, you can work with it because you can just basically upload that. Otherwise, when we talk of databases, we talk about your ERP system, your CRM system, any kind of database that basically can be connected.
Cool. Thanks.
Great question already. Do we have one more question from our esteemed panel of judges? The answer does not have to be yes, of course. That could be all the questions that there are. Going once, going twice. Yes, we have another question. Question number 2 from the young man in the white shirt.
So with this, I understand that it's initial, but with this initial chatbot-like approach, how do you plan to stay away of the natural growth path of solutions like Perplexity or ChatGPT on its own?
Definitely. So we basically say what differentiates us. If you saw before, you have the 3 parts of the tool: the data cleaning, the statistics, and then lastly, basically the chatbot that translates it into easy words. Where we say the unique value proposition lies, it's not as fancy, but the heavy lifting happens in the data cleaning, and the heavy lifting is running the different analysis that fit to your problem. After you have a mathematical solution, it's not that difficult anymore to translate it into a nice-looking dashboard. But we say it's pretty cool because for the user, there's like sophisticated tech in the background that cleans it, solves it, but then it tells you in easy words what the answer is without the need that you studied statistics or mathematics before.
Thank you.
Excellent questions. My dear friends, please give a warm round of applause to Maximilian Hanekamp from Scavenger AI. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And congrats again on that pre-seed round of 1.1 million. As I say, don't spend it all at once. Okay, we're going to move immediately on to our next startup. Joining us all the way from the beautiful Bay Area of San Francisco in the United States. Our next pitcher is Swift.ai. And Swift.ai is an AI-powered unified endpoint management platform to get ready your endpoint security in days, not weeks. That sounds pretty impressive. We are now going to welcome to the stage the CEO of Swift.ai. Please welcome Angelo Huang. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Angelo Huang, CEO and founder of Swift.ai. More data was created in the last 2 years than all human history. In today's environment, data security and regulatory compliance are top priorities for business. And device security plays a very important role. And yet, we have seen little to no innovation in this space over the last decade. Swift.ai removes the anxiety from managing a very complicated device program for companies of any size. With us, you don't have to worry your endpoint security when employee joins, leaves, or works in your business from day to day. There are over 100 companies joining our free trial. 30% of them have converted from free to paid customers. And we're growing 35% in the last few months. Meet Freddy. Freddy is one of our customers, IT manager at Misha. He used to have 3 different products, MDM, software patch management, and inventory management. He was no longer effective, so he called us. Freddy was able to get rid of 3 products and use Swift only. We saved him 50% of the cost, and we made sure Misha is always continuously compliant against the SOC 2 requirements. How we do it, we connect with your Mac and Windows Store to automate your onboarding, consolidate your device posture data, and automate your compliances to integration with auditing platforms for your compliance requirements. This is our competitors. Many of our competitors focus on one device type and provide zero support for compliance needs. Our unique advantage relies on our ability to cover 100% of your devices, provide end-to-end automation, fulfill all of your compliance needs, and of course, create a great user experience. There are 1 billion knowledge workers worldwide. 40% companies will need ISO, HIPAA, or SOC 2 compliances the most. We're charging $132 per employee per year. That's an equaling $28 billion total addressable market after discount. It's growing 24% year by year. This is a must-have product category, so the TAM is big. Just a quote from our customer. Your data security risk your weak point is not in your cloud, but devices everyone uses every day. Our initial GTM leveraged our channel partner like Virtual CISO and Vantage Data to resell to those SMB between 20 to 250 employees. By Q3 this year, we're launching our enterprise subscription. And I have done this before. I started a company called LeadIQ. I going from 0 to 7 million revenue before I sold my ownership. Mer was doing IoT device security, and now he's handling all of our device program. And we just won the first place in enterprise and smart data category at South by. And our vision is to establish Swift as the most customer-centric AI-driven device security company. I want to get your endpoint security ready in days, not weeks. Thank you.
Outstanding. Fantastic, Angelo.
Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. Okay, you can see there's a lot of information there, a lot for our judges to take on. And we have a question already. Yes, if we are wonderful Mike athletes sprinting over to you right now. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. Maybe one question. I saw in the deck that you mentioned you're a Gen AI powered company. To what extent is that embedded into the product?
Yeah, because of the timing, so I skipped that. So we have a Chrome extension deployed to all devices to capture the access information using the Gen AI on the browsers. And also use our knowledge base for our customer to answer the security questionnaire in seconds.
Great.
Thank you.
Excellent. Good answer. Do we have another question? Question number 2 from our judges. Going, gone. No further questions, Your Honor. Give it up, my friends, for Angelo Huang from Swift.ai. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our judges are capturing their thoughts. Remember the 5 categories they're judging on. You can play along at home. And next up to the stage, we have a wonderful company called TransferChain. They are based in Switzerland, beautiful Switzerland, and TransferChain provides impregnable security and privacy-enhancing SaaS cloud products for businesses. Sounds good. We are about to find out all about them. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the co-founder and CEO of TransferChain, Mert Beiser. Thank you.
Last year, data breaches caused $6 trillion in damage. Businesses desperately need a solution to protect themselves against these attacks. I'm Matt, the co-founder of TransferChain, and we have the solution. Today, a single data breach costs $4.5 million per company. And more than 80% of these breaches were related to data on the cloud. So as companies switch to cloud products, they're also sacrificing their security. When I was working at the top consulting firms, PwC, Deloitte, all of our global enterprise customers had the same problems. They were facing data breaches, they were failing to protect their data integrity, and they were being penalized for lack of data compliance. So no matter how much they spent, they were still getting these data breaches. And that's why we created TransferChain, and we make the cloud secure. So forget the data breaches, forget the privacy breaches, and welcome the world's safest data storage and password manager ever. When it comes to the competition, all of these providers take your data and put it on a centralized storage server and only have it go through server-side encryption. That means it's a single point of failure and they can have access to your data. But unlike the traditional methods, at TransferChain, all of your data goes through client-side end-to-end encryption. After that, all of your files are split into little chunks and get distributed across the world's safest data centers, while all of the metadata is going through the blockchain network, so no one but yourself can access the data. There are tons of different use cases for TransferChain. Some of the most common ones are for R&D teams where they store their sensitive data, and also for security and IT teams storing their passwords and managing them across the organization. Today, we protect more than 200 businesses' data, and they're coming from 10 different countries and 10 different industries. We're following a subscription-based business model, and with 2 different products, Pass and Drive, we're also providing cross-selling opportunity for our customers. Along with my great co-founders and a great team of 15, we're providing expertise in software development, sales and marketing, and the blockchain, as well as we have created a patent-pending unique protocol with the team. We have a clear path. In the next 8 years, we're aiming to reach 100 million ARR with great gross margins and a great security that will become the go-to platform for data privacy and security. Today, we're looking forward to meeting unique and strategic partners for our current seed round of $2 million. And along with this round, we're going to be further accelerating our growth in Europe. So if you'd like to meet with us, or if you'd like to start protecting your company's data today, please scan the code and reach out to us. We're more than happy to talk about your privacy. Thank you.
All right. Mert Besa, good man. Thank you. And I like it, ending on a QR code, making it interactive, you know, pitching to the entire room and anybody watching on demand, or indeed via our live stream. Do we have any questions from our amazing front row of esteemed judges? And brilliant minds, straight away. Yes, indeed, there's a microphone coming your way, sir.
Thank you very much. There are a few solutions to distribute documents in multi-cloud environments. Can you specifically explain the essential step of blockchain authentication in the process, and how does the blockchain truly create unique value in that process?
Of course. So there are 3 unique angles to this, to our protocol. Encryption, client-side end-to-end, that's big. The file splitting and distribution, and the third is the blockchain network. And when it comes to storing the metadata, which has the information who's storing the file, when, but more importantly, the mapping information. So everything that you upload are being split, and only the blockchain network has the information to that. We don't keep that on a centralized server. If we did, again, that would be a single point of failure for the mapping information for your data. But putting on the blockchain, distributing it, hashing it, would only allow the keys of the customers will be able to authorize themselves to get that metadata and to receive those pieces together to the network. And by distributing that, and instead of putting it in a single server, it also increases the security and the distribution of the whole sensitive data.
All right, yes indeed. We got 30 seconds for another question. Thank you.
So very quick, how do you plan to compete with other leading players just in Switzerland, for example, Treasury or Proton that have similar solutions?
Of course, we love them, and as you guys know, it's a hugely increasing trend, the privacy and security enhancing products. They also do end-to-end encryption, but not all of them do client-side end-to-end encryption. Plus, none of those companies are splitting the data, neither have the blockchain network. There's still a huge plus to the current traditional methods, but we're bringing a different game to the scenario, as well as not just a single product, but multiple products built on the same protocol that we have. Thank you.
Nice, great stuff. Okay, using those 2 minutes superbly. My dear friends, give it up for Mert Baser. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And my friends, you're really getting a taste of why the judges are here. These questions are so insightful. These are real experts in this specific field, so they can see through many things in a presentation and ask some really, really interesting questions to get more details that they need to judge the startup correctly. Now, my dear friends, we are going to move on to another wonderful company. This time they are based in Valencia in Spain. But you know that old saying, the clue's in the name? That applies very much for Irish names. And you'll see this when you see my name. I'm happy to connect on LinkedIn, by the way. And our next speaker is indeed from the Emerald Isle. He's a fellow countryman. His name is Pádraig O'Leary, which is about as Irish as it gets. And he is the co-founder and CEO of TrustWorks. Now, TrustWorks is a trust management platform that helps you efficiently build your trust and privacy program, empowering collaboration to make everyone a part of your privacy team. Okay, my dear friends, let's welcome to the stage one more time the co-founder and CEO of TrustWorks, Pádraig O'Leary. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. It's lovely to be here in Madrid this morning, and I'm very happy to present to you TrustWorks. So TrustWorks is a trust intelligence platform. We help organizations and enterprises to build and scale their AI governance and privacy programs. So it's that old adage, you know, the first car designers learned very quickly that in order to move quickly, you needed to build safety in. And the same applies to AI adoption. Organizations, particularly risk-sensitive organizations, are pausing or slowing AI adoption due to the risks associated with generative AI across the organization. So we learned very early on that data protection, AI governance teams, that they were looking for a way that would allow them to build and scale their AI and privacy programs across the organizations in a way that would allow for the safe adoption of data protection, generative AI technologies. So we spoke to these teams. We built a community of 200+ privacy and AI governance professionals from leading technology companies across Europe and the globe. And we created an environment where we co-designed a solution with them. And the solution has 3 different phases. So the first is discovery of AI use cases across the organization, data repositories, processing of personal data. And so once we have visibility on those AI use cases, the second step is applying intelligence, generative AI intelligence, so to help these teams understand how AI is being applied. And this intelligence module has been built in partnership with Google Cloud. We were winners of the Google Cloud AI program. And then the third phase is, once we have those insights into AI usage and the use cases supported by AI across the organization, then how can we build controls in place and communicate and enforce those controls across the organization? The results, we work with leading global enterprises to roll out AI governance programs. We work with organizations like Glovo, one of the largest nuclear power providers across North America. About 40% of our client base are financial services. We have seen really strong growth in the last 10 months. We are acquiring medium to enterprise customers at roughly a rate of about 2 to a month. And we've been growing our MRR at a rate of about 30% per month. We have an annual license fee.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for. I know it flies, doesn't it? I tell you, it does. My dear friends, I'm so sorry. I just have to keep everybody within time, just so it's fair to everyone else. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but maybe our judges will have some more questions about this great presentation. Do we have any questions from our esteemed panel of judges about that presentation? Yes, indeed. Straight away, a question there. Thank you.
there are some solutions in the AI compliance. What's your unique take or secret sauce in terms of the technology itself?
Okay. Yeah. So the first element, the first challenge is getting visibility into AI usage across the organization. So AI can be adopted through AI creep, which is embedded in third-party tools. It can be through internally built tools, and it can be through bought AI. So we do static code analysis. So we scan code bases for application of AI technologies, and then we scan third-party systems and providers for their integration of AI-enabled features across their tool sets.
Great question. Thank you very much. Do we have any more questions for Padraig from TrustWorks? Any more questions from the front row? Going once. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
Can you tell us about your distribution strategy and how you're arriving at the clients that you have?
Yeah, so to date, all of our clients have been through word of mouth and referrals. So we are quite present within the IAPP, which is the International Association of Privacy Professionals. We launched our AI governance module there yesterday. And all of our enterprise customers have been direct. So relationships that we have built, either through referrals or through our direct contact with these people. Yeah.
Fabulous. Great question. Thank you. And a great reference point that the IAPP are doing, they're great people doing great things. I met them last week in Dublin. My dear friends, I feel bad I had to cut that off, but the clock is merciless and we have to obey the clock. So my dear friends, give it up for the co-founder and CEO of TrustWorks, Padraig O'Leary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. Okay. My dear friends, we have reached the grand finale of this category, and I'm delighted to tell you it's a company from beautiful Spain. Our next company is called Imagerist, and Imagerist is an innovative solution that automatically extracts satellite information to enhance global strategic and operational decision-making. And we are honored to welcome to the stage now the CEO of Imagerist. Give a very warm welcome to our dear friend, Ángela del Carmen. Thank you. Bienvenidos, Ángela. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Ángela del Carmen. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Imagerist, the platform that has the mission to democratize the access to geolocated data for everyone. Did you know that 70% of the companies are not able to automatize the decision-making process? When talking about physical location, we talk about recurrent displacements, lack of control of the asset, and manual supervision. At the end of the day, the companies only need to have reliable data, global, and recurring in time to do some comparisons. And the satellite imagery is the perfect source for that. But what is happening? It's really difficult to process, and you need a qualified team to do so. That's why we have created Imagerist, the platform that automatically starts geolocated data, update and accurate data to solve different problems. We want people from any technical level to be able to extract this information with zero knowledge. How does it work? Through our powerful API and easy-to-use interface, our clients can select the assets that they want to analyze, let's say a swimming pool, a parcel, or a solar park, and the information that they want to store for it. Let's say the vegetation health, the humidity, or the radiation. They say when and where to launch the analysis, and we give all the information through an API. This technology can be applied for multiple use cases, but right now we are focusing on industries that are making decisions in a more traditional way. We are helping energy companies to find the ideal spot for the solar farms, aeolic parks, solar panels, and also solar communities. On the construction side, we are helping them not only to identify the ideal spot for the construction, but only to be able to monitorize all the construction at the advances. In the utility sector, we are helping them one of the biggest issues that they have, which is monitoring the vegetation close to the power line to avoid fire risk. And last but not least, we want companies to be able to monitorize and measure the impact of the construction, and also to see the reforestation and forestation of different areas. Okay, so companies, what are they getting? They are getting up-to-date reports with change alerts of up-to-date data and historical data with a remote access. We've been working for more than a year, and in this year we've been working with 8 clients in 6 countries, and we've signed 5 different partnerships, strategic partnerships from a commercial point of view. This is thanks to a small but committed team of 10 people, and also the support from different institutions like LANAVE, South Summit, or ENISA. So if you have any question about how to extract valuable information from satellite imagery, just let me know. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Muy bien. Muchísimas gracias, Angela. That was great.
Under the time.
And bang on time. I love it. But time marches on. The clock is ticking relentlessly. And we now have questions from the judges, perhaps. Do we have any questions for Angela? That was great stuff. I liked finding the solar farms. I mean, I imagine over Spain, that's quite a lot of places.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Any questions from our esteemed panel of judges? Or did Angela answer all the questions already in her presentation? I think the answer to that is yes. Oh, no, yes, we have a question from my dear friend, my stylish friend in the front row there. Thank you very much. The mic is yours.
Thank you for that. You showed a number of very impressive clients. What's been the most difficult part of implementation with those clients so far that you anticipate in terms of scaling even further?
You mean the implementation of like the sales strategy, or whenever we enter in a client and we talk about
when you enter a client, what's been the most difficult part?
So sometimes it's the structure of the big corporations. In some cases, we work with the API and we connect with the GIS platform that they have in-house. And in some cases, they have some issues with the data team, so they want to use our own platform, so they are not in conflict with the data team. It's more internal structures, I would say. Thanks for the question.
Great question. Thank you very much. Do we have any more questions? A quick question from the front row. Going once. Going twice. Yes, that's a question. That is a question indeed. I thought it might be a stretch. It might be a question. Yes, sir.
Sorry, no, I wasn't. Yeah. Thanks for the presentation. Just a quick question: if you could give us some of the main use cases you've seen your clients utilize this satellite data for.
Okay, in the case of Iberdrola, we are working in 3 different departments with them. In one of them, they are saving time and displacements to different countries by evaluating the parcels before pre-analysis construction time. In the other cases, for example, it's the reforestation. I mean, depends on the use cases.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks you.
Muy bien, some big names there from Angela del Carmen. Thank you very much for joining us. Give it up for Imagerist from Spain. Thank you.